Hi, I'm Don Mecoy. I'm the business editor at the Oklahoman and with News OK. I'm joined today by Brianna Bailey. Brianna covers retail matters and a lot of other things for the Oklahoman, and lately you've been covering the saga of the Church's Chicken restaurants. Tell us what's happened with them.
So earlier this month, the Tax Commission shut down 15 Church's Chicken restaurants in Oklahoma. Most of them are in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, one in Sand Springs, and the guy that was running the restaurants had not been paying sales tax, the money that the restaurants collect in sales tax. He had not been paying that to the state. He owed over $400,000 in sales tax. And so the Tax Commission, when that happens, they go in and they basically just say you're not allowed to be in business anymore. They shut you down. All the workers are asked to go home. And so you have, the employees of all these restaurants, they've all been out of work, not being able to earn a paycheck. And the corporate company, Church's Chicken, who is based out of Atlanta, they have actually gone to court to try to get control of these restaurants so they can reopen them.
And there's recently been something that's happened in that part of the case, right?
Yes, the franchisee that was running the restaurants, his name is Lyndon Johnson, and he's a guy from Dallas, and he disappeared right before the restaurants were shut down by the Tax Commission. No one's been able to locate him. His family has hired a private investigator to try and find him, and just last week on Friday, the court approved a receiver to come in and take over all of the restaurants in hopes of getting them reopened. And the company, Church's Chicken, they're extending a line of credit of up to $250,000 to help reopen the restaurants and eventually get them sold so they can put the people that work there back to work and get the restaurants back open.
So basically, I guess what they're seeking, and maybe the court has granted them with this receivership, is the ability to get new ownership of these restaurants that are just sitting closed and unused right now.
Yes, actually, the guy that was running the restaurants, Lyndon Johnson, the franchisee, he actually had an agreement to sell all of the restaurants when they were shut down, and he subsequently disappeared. So I think they're trying to get them, eventually through the receivership, get them under new ownership.
And based on your reporting, we really don't have any idea what's happened to the memorably named Lyndon Johnson of Texas.
No. Executives from the company, Church's Chicken, they called him the day before his restaurants were about to be shut down by the Tax Commission and said, "Do you know this is happening?" I know this from court filings that he said, I'm about to get on a plane, I'm coming back from a funeral, I'll call you back later. And then no one has heard from him since. He disappeared from his home in Atlanta. The company sent somebody to check on him in Tulsa. He had an apartment there. And apparently all of his personal possessions and his car were gone, and he's not answering phone calls. His family has filed a missing persons report, and yeah, nobody seems to know where he is.
Well, it's an amazing mystery, and I know you've been following it and will continue to do so, and we'll have coverage in the Oklahoman and on News OK as details warrant.